Gadgets and other such objects that exist in the real world are constantly evolving and improving as technology moves forward. However, technology can only do so much in this world. This isn't a restriction in fantasy lore though. Some magical objects that we see in a variety of fantasy worlds really are incredible, and one can only imagine how convenient it would be to be able to create or extinguish light with the flick of a wrist, or how useful an object that renders you completely invisible would be. Let's take a closer look at some of the most incredible objects that exist in a variety of fantasy worlds. Number 5. The Deluminator. The Deluminator, also known as the Put-Outer, is a magical device used by Albus Dumbledore to remove light sources from the Deluminator's immediate surroundings. The main use of the Deluminator was to take or release light. There was a button on it, and when pressed, it would absorb the nearest light source and a ball of light would fly towards the Deluminator. If light was already taken, the Deluminator could also release light. The light would go back to their sources if the original source was nearby, otherwise the light would stay near the Deluminator. There seems to be another use, as demonstrated by Ron Weasley, however. Whenever the user's name is mentioned in a conversation, the Deluminator will play the snippet of conversation just before and after the user's name is said. Activating the Deluminator after this allows the user to apparate to the location of those speaking about the user, even when their exact location is unknown. Number 4. Dragonglass. As seen in HBO's Game of Thrones series, Dragonglass is one of the most sought after resources in the world, as it is one of the few materials that is known to kill a White Walker. Despite its name, most maesters believe that dragons have little to do with its creation. Instead, the rock is simply volcanic glass, also known as obsidian. Legend has it that the children of the forest once armed the men of the Night's Watch with dragonglass weapons. Ironically, it was dragonglass that helped create the walkers in the first place. In the novels, dragonglass was also used to make glass candles. Glass candles are tall, twisted objects with sharp edges that give off an unnaturally bright light. They originally came out of Valyria, and at the Citadel they have 3 black candles and 1 green in their possession. Number 3. The Phial of Galadriel. Galadriel gave this phial to Frodo Baggins as a gift when the Fellowship departed Lothlorien. It is filled with water from Galadriel's fountain, and she informed Frodo that it would light his way when all other lights were extinguished. The phial remained in Frodo's keeping for some time until he finally used it. As part of Gollum's scheme to take the ring back for himself, he led Frodo and Sam to the lair of the great spider Shelob. Shelob's lair was dark, wretched and perilous to navigate. Fortunately, both Frodo and Sam thought to call on the light from the Phial of Galadriel to ward off Shelob. Without the phial's guidance and protection, both of the hobbits would have surely perished and their quest would have failed. Number 2. Jack Sparrow's Compass. Jack Sparrow's compass is an unusual navigational instrument which he bartered from the voodoo mystic Teodalma. For those who know how to use it, the compass is the key to everything. Unlike an ordinary compass, Jack's compass points to what the owner wants most, rather than mere magnetic north. Although it appears to be nothing more than a useless trinket, as the needle never points north, Jack's compass has supernatural qualities, giving him a special edge. The compass can't be used to navigate in a conventional sense, but it does direct the owner to whatever they want most at the moment. As the most special of all his possessions, this compass was used in many of Jack Sparrow's adventures, including the search for the treasure of Cortez, the Dead Man's Chest, the Fountain of Youth, and the Trident of Poseidon. Number 1. The Invisibility Cloak. The Cloak of Invisibility is a magical artifact used to render the wearer invisible, and one of the 3 Deathly Hallows. In the tale of the 3 brothers, it was the 3rd and final Hallow created, supposedly by Death himself. Whilst a few invisibility cloaks exist in the wizarding world, this cloak is the only known one that does not fade with age and provides everlasting protection to the wearer. As such, it is the only Hallow known to have been successfully passed down from generation to generation. Eventually, it passed to the possession of Harry Potter, who used it to great success in the war against Voldemort, and resolved to pass it down to his own children. Let's not forget, however, that he also used it to get up to a certain amount of mischief as well. Please let us know down in the comments what object on our list you would most like to own, and how you would use it, as well as any other objects that you would like to be featured on future lists. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you again very soon.